After the Battle of Sekigahara, the Tokugawa shogunate dominated Japan. Those who fought Tokugawa Ieyasu became the Tozama, the outsiders. Disgraced, the Tozama daimyo and their descendants were forever excluded from positions of power. Instead, they looked abroad, prospering through commerce with China and the West. Threatened by the newly wealthy Tozama, Tokugawa Iemitsu, grandson of Ieyasu, closed the ports of Japan, banning all foreign trades. For over 200 years, Japan remained isolated. With no enemies, the power of the shogunate waned. Then in 1853, a fleet of American warships forced open the ports of Japan. The shogun was humiliated. Revolutionary ideas and machines from the West began to flood the country. With the shogun's position weakened, his enemies began to circle. The Tozama daimyo, even the emperor himself, see the chance to bring down the Tokugawa and rule Japan. It is a time of great political tension in Japan. The Tokugawa shogunate is in turmoil. The Satsuma and Choshu clans have rallied to the emperor in a bid to restore his power. Their troops mass in the imperial capital Kyoto in an effort to intimidate the political classes. They are led by Saigo Takamori, a samurai from Satsuma province. Respected throughout Japan for his honor and integrity, Takamori believes passionately in the emperor's cause. He is prepared to fight to see the emperor restored to political prominence as in former days. He stretches the patience of the shogun, and now it has snapped. From his base in Osaka Castle, Shogun Tokugawa Yoshinobu has sent a letter to the emperor's court detailing Takamori's treachery. To ensure that the letter reaches the emperor, Yoshinobu has sent his army to deliver it. Saigo Takamori has no intention of letting the shogun's army reach Kyoto. He has blocked the road at Toba and Fushimi. And so war has come.
Wipe them out! All of them! Our enemy are moving! Oh, fire! I'm here! At the double! At the double!
The Shogun's advance has been broken! His men flee in disarray! Daylight is failing, and the enemy are setting up camp nearby. Let us do likewise.
The Shogun's army has been thrown back after a day of heavy fighting. He still maintains a significant force, and now his sword is fully drawn. there is no pretense of anything but open battle. However, the victory of the Choshu and Satsuma forces has brought political gains overnight. They now have support from nearby Kyoto, including from the emperor's relatives. Saigo Takamori and his allies are united under the imperial banner. The Shogunate army now see that they defy the will of the emperor. Political maneuvering and military tension have become full-scale war. Saigo Takamori has won a great victory in the emperor's name. The Shogunate army are in full retreat to Osaka Castle, the seat of the shogun himself. The imperial forces give chase, and the war goes on. The wind. Civil war engulfs the land. The forces loyal to the Tokugawa shogunate have been pushed back to Osaka Castle. The Satsuma and Choshu clans, led by Saigo Takamori, march on Osaka, ready for battle. Only a few days have passed since war broke out at Tobafushimi. The fearsome samurai, Saigo Takamori and his imperial army are marching against the Tokugawa shogun himself. Tokugawa Yoshinobu's seat is Osaka Castle, a formidable fortress surrounded by water. The scattered Tokugawa loyalists have regrouped here. They defend the town and castle in great numbers. Takamori's scouts report that shogunate troops have been spotted moving large amounts of gunpowder. The activity seems to be centered on the wall towers of the castle. Perhaps they are storing it there. The scouts also report that Tokugawa Yoshinobu himself has fled by ship. The shogun will have to watch his castle burn.
My lord, we hit a gunpowder store. The defenders must flee from the castle.
Ready for orders!
Tokugawa Yoshinobu watches his castle burn. He has now been driven from the southern half of a country he supposedly rules. Through courageous leadership in battle, Saigo Takamori has tipped the balance of power in Japan. His samurai followers see him as a hero, and his achievements are celebrated throughout the land. Following the destruction of Osaka Castle, Shogun Tokugawa Yoshinobu returns to Edo by sea. His army is smashed. Japan is in turmoil. Support for the shogunate in central and southern Japan has collapsed. Clans flock to the emperor's banner. Imperial forces march across central Japan, facing only token resistance. Tokugawa Yoshinobu, with insufficient manpower to defend Edo, surrenders the city and his position. Some loyalist shogunate troops, however, refuse to surrender. At Ueno near Edo, a loyalist army digs in. Confronted by the might of the imperial army, Shogun Tokugawa Yoshinobu has surrendered Edo and his authority. Saigo Takamori is succeeding in his quest to restore the powers of the emperor. He is now the most celebrated samurai in all Japan. Despite the resignation of the shogun, some troops around Edo are still loyal to his cause. They hold out in Kangeiji Temple on Ueno Hill, to the northeast of the city. They are dug in around the temple complex and must be removed by force. Saigo Takamori's plan is for a frontal attack, supported by reinforcements from the west. He knows that the attack will face heavy resistance and insists on leading the main assault. Takamori's imposing presence on the battlefield could be crucial in achieving victory today. Victory at Ueno is the end of shogunate resistance in central Japan. Saigo Takamori has now all but assured the restoration of the emperor to his rightful role as ruler of Japan.